welcome back to the Dead Red Herring Podcast.
Yee-hee.
Your place for weird segues, insane ramblings, and moral panic!
Morals, damn it. We need moral.
More morals.
More morals. We're gonna have so much moral that we're gonna...
Something moral death.
Yeah. Double morale.
It doesn't really work in English, does it?
What is it in English?
Double standards.
Double standard. Okay. We're gonna have standards here. We're gonna have so much standards, we're gonna have double standards.
Yes.
There, I got it.
Because in Swedish we have the expression of dubbelmoral, which is when you can have opposing moral viewpoints.
Basically hypocrisy.
Yeah, it is. So you have one moral that says it's okay to kill people, while you have one moral that's saying it's not okay to kill people. It's like having a dichotomy of morals at the same time.
Yeah.
And of course, in the area of hypocrisy, it is that it's okay when we do it, sort of thing.
Yeah, because we are the moralic superpower of
Yeah.
the world. Haven't you guys figured that one out yet?
Yeah.
We're here to save you.
It's not okay to use violence unless you're punching Nazis. That kind of thing.
That is actually how we reason here.
That is actually more or less the common practice of all Western lefty people.
Western, leftern,
Western leftards.
leftards. Western leftards.
That's also, we have the Swedish version of Vänsterbliven, which is more or less leftard.
I never heard of Vänsterbliven.
Never.
Never.
Really? It's actually a fun one.
Now
Because if we take the derogatory term of retard
Mhm.
and translate into Swedish, is going to be efterbliven.
Mhm.
And then you have left, vänster,
Mm.
or lefty, it's also vänster.
Mm.
And then you combine it and you get leftard and or vänsterbliven.
Vänsterbliven.
So yeah. And now you know.
Leftard and libtard.
Yeah. And speaking of libtards, what do they love to pronounce and proclaim everywhere? Well, morality.
See?
See?
We managed to figure that one out.
Yes. So I think this is actually another dead horse in the stable.
Well, it's not dead yet, but we're getting
We're
getting there.
getting there, but we've had a couple of interesting stories.
Yeah.
The past week. So this episode is going to be more of the semi-serious type where we just spew.
We're gonna rant a bit.
Yeah. Spygalla, as it's so elegantly called.
Throw up bile.
Yeah. Bile puking.
Bile puking. That's the best stuff.
And let's start it out with something that's really out there. An article written, well, it's not written by the guy, but an article talking about another article written by a guy called something Forrest. He had a weird name. So it's a double surname and Forrest. Anyways,
yeah.
He was talking about how The Lion King, both the new CGI version and the old classic animated version, is a story of fascism. How Pride Rock is a Trump Tower in Africa. How the Hyenas are a sort of representation of minorities. And how Scar is a champion for the minorities. And that Mufasa is actually a fascistic monarch trying to put everyone down that doesn't follow his regime and stuff like that.
Well, how do you say? I do appreciate your interpretation of it, but holy fuck nugget, you're wrong. I want to say to this guy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, sure. I'm not gonna say that you can't have some sort of moral representation within stories like these. I mean, The Lion King is it's a version of Hamlet.
Yes.
Which in itself is sort of a story of moral, you could say. It's a tragedy, but there is some moral teachings in it, like don't be a cunt. Don't backstab your brother to lay with his wife and take over his kingdom.
God, that happens too often. Happens once too often.
Yeah, it's like it's happening all the time. But also, I mean, there are certain things when it comes to monarchies that I think, especially Americans, don't really understand. Because I mean,
they see this autocracy,
they
one
see
ruler.
exactly.
System.
They have this sort of viewpoint that that is more of a, I'm gonna say, a modern sort of myth that the monarch is the absolute ruler and there's nothing ever to put him down.
The king is basically a dictator.
Yeah. It's not completely wrong, but it's not really right as well. And for example, there is the idea that the king has his power is granted by the divine.
Yeah.
That his power comes from God himself.
Yes.
But that also brings on certain responsibilities upon the king. Like, for example, people are expecting to have a good harvest. And there has been several occasions within Swedish history where the king has been deposed of because of bad harvests. When things go to shit, people say that this is the king's fault, and then tells the king to fuck off. In not a so quite subtle way.
Nah, exactly.
So, I mean, there's a reason why there's rebellion.
Yeah.
Now, sure, the ruler will, usually at least, fight back with an iron fist.
Yep.
But that only works so far as he has sort of loyalty by his troops.
Yeah.
And if the situation is really bad, he's not going to have that. I mean, the Hollywood version of the evil monarch doesn't really hold up to reality.
No, not really. And often these rulers have the kingdom's best in mind, because if they don't have the kingdom's best in mind, they're gonna have a shit kingdom, and then they're not gonna be much. They're not gonna be king over much anymore.
Exactly.
So,
and also, usually, the real problem isn't always the king. The real problem are the nobles, because the nobles are the ones who have the vested interest in keeping their positions and also to be the ones to move up in the chain.
Yeah.
So, more or less, all the bad things that has come around from monarchies has been a minor combination of the king with the nobles, but mostly actually it's just nobles being assholes.
Yeah, exactly. The nobles and the church have a huge finger in that also. So,
to bring it back to the whole Lion King thing, is that to say that Mufasa is a fascist, that is really to not really understand what the Lion King is all about.
It's both ignorant and wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
But then again, the person here has already said that he's looking at it through a lens of intersectionality and social justice and everything like that.
And then you're gonna stumble upon your logic. Time again.
That is to say that I remove all thing logical and take my feelings into this and interpret it through a fantasy realm.
Like you weren't delusional already.
Yeah. So I mean, if we're gonna get to the bottom of this, the Lion King has its moral imbalance.
Yeah.
It's all about that the reason you can have a good land for everyone is to keep a balance. Everything has a place in the great circle of life.
Exactly.
And the reason why the hyenas, as you said earlier, that the hyenas live in this desolate wasteland is because they overconsume. They do not take balance into account.
They are scavenging. They cannot contain this balance.
Yes. And then when Scar takes power by help of the hyenas, he doesn't take what's best for his land into account. He's the greedy person who only cares about power. And thus, it goes into a wasteland because he doesn't respect the circle of life.
Yep. I just find it kind of amusing because this guy, like you said, he takes these hyenas, he makes them sort of... these are the minorities, the the color disabled who lives in this ghetto-like areas, and then Scar liberates them and takes them into this great kingdom, and then
And
it goes to shit. What are you trying to say here?
Yeah. Also, the Hyenas were supposed to be some kind of anti-Semitic representation, and I'm like, hang on.
You what, mate?
Yeah, it's like, if anything, most of the times when the Jews are involved, there is some sort of prosperity coming around.
Oy vey.
To be honest, I mean,
Okay,
great
fine,
businessmen, doctors, scholars, they
Say-
usually bring prosperity.
Say
It's
what
like,
you want about them, but they are ambitious
Yeah. as all hell.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, to say that it's anti-Semitic, it's like, what have you been smoking? How do you equate the Hyenas with Jews?
What have you been smoking? And I
don't want that.
don't want to feel
No.
that, actually.
Usually it's past that shit, but no, get that shit away from me.
You keep that shit.
This is
Stay
what
on.
happens when you hit that pipe of social justice too hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Delusional.
Delusion.
It's a gateway drug into harder social justice.
Social justice is a gateway drug to intersectionality. Ah,
Oh, shit! And then you're gonna sit there drooling, brain damaged.
yeah, brain damage.
Brain damaged.
Yeah, and also speaking about weird intersectional shit, did you hear about Wizard of the Coast and their hiring policy thing?
I haven't heard so much about the latest news. I already heard, but I have been hearing the history behind the hirings of Wizards of the Coast, and yeah,
Yeah, about that Wizard of the Coast thing.
it ain't good.
It ain't good. I mean, if it is for the new electronic Magic the Gathering game,
Mm-hmm.
which, to be honest, I didn't know there actually was another. I heard that there's one, but I never played it.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not that into Magic the Gathering. So when I hear this, that there's supposed to be another, and I'm like, do we really need another card game?
Nah, not an e-card game.
No.
Not really, no.
It's like Artifact.
Oh.
Yeah, I just love that reveal. But anyway, so if you have any interest in working with that sort of thing, if you are white,
Oh no.
cis, and man, you need not apply.
How
apparently.
dare you?
Because, merit and know-how, experience, and stuff like that. That's fascist.
Yeah, that would what? Huh?
Yeah, so only people of color, and especially if you're a transgender, lesbian, able-bodied thing, then you're like the perfect hire.
Can they really afford to be this picky?
I think they can, because this is a real criticism against the nerddom within tabletop gaming.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are well-meaning, good-hearted people,
Mm-hmm.
but not very critical thinking.
No, that's the that's the problem.
Especially, I'm taking this example from the Swedish role-playing community.
Yep.
There are a lot of good people, but a lot of them are expressing themselves at least as if they are leftards. And to be honest, a lot of these people are on the left.
Yeah.
And I mean, they are well-meaning. They want to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
But the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
That it is.
So I'm not proclaiming in any way, shape, or form that the conservative way is the way to go. But the way that the left has evolved, and I'm not just talking, I'm actually talking more of a European perspective, because the American way, that's like a whole different story.
Yeah.
But because the European left is, I mean, if the Americans see their Democrats, their left side, as being ultra radical socialists,
Yeah.
then we have full-blown communism and even worse here in the way our left side works. But at the same time, it's just stupid to try to compare the two, really, because in the end, they do want the same thing. They only have different ways to go about it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the nerd culture of today, and it's not only in role-playing games, it's actually within all sort of, it's TV, movie, gaming, music, everything.
Nerd culture.
Yeah. You have this sort of progressive ideas having a stranglehold.
Yeah.
Because most people that are within the nerd community have at some point or another been part of, the bullied group, the outcast, social
exactly.
weird figures. I mean, so there's I can understand where a lot of them are coming from. I can understand that they group together and find their community and take hold of these left side ideas because they are creating their own sort of collective.
Yeah,
you could say. So, of course, when someone's been hurt, they don't want to go through that again.
No.
And if they get the idea that if we can make this sort of, socialist utopia, then everything's going to be good, then, of course, they're going to grab onto that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're promising.
Yeah. And especially now with intersectionality and everything, I mean, social justice, the bad kind, it has really started to ruin a lot of the good things within nerd community.
Yeah.
Because from my experience, when I was a teen and got into it, there was availability for the weird people to have a space. There was acceptance. It didn't matter what you were or how you felt about things. As long as you weren't a dick, it wasn't a problem. I mean, most people that were intolerable dicks weren't welcome either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, sure, there are a lot of interesting fellows within nerd community because, autism and shit.
Yep.
And you learn to deal with these people. And most of the time, it's not that they want to be dicks. It's just that they don't know any better. I mean, Asperger's and autism and stuff like that, it's a bitch.
Yep.
So you need to just know how to deal with that. And then, I mean, you don't even need to have any sort of diagnose or anything just to be socially inept.
Yeah.
And usually when it comes to nerds, for a long time it was that they were socially inert or not very
socially awkward.
Yeah, because they never were part of the in-group.
Yeah,
they didn't learn this thing. I've met a couple of them. I mean, they're good people. It's just that they haven't really learned the whole thing with social codes. And that's what you teach them. You show them that, okay, maybe you shouldn't be drooling in someone's ear. That is usually considered...
That's a no-no.
Yeah, that's considered rude. You actually talk to them. You take a shower. And now and then, you behave like regular fucking people.
Like a normal human being.
Yeah. So... And that is... also what makes me really sad, because nowadays I feel that the nerd community has gone from being the refugee or place of refuge for those outside of the in-groups.
Yeah.
To become another sort of in-group. To be accepted here, you need to accept these political standards.
Yeah, these people who have been outcast for such a big time have finally come into their own group, but now they're starting to exclude other people. Just like they were excluded in some cases.
And I mean, I can see that certain people don't fit into certain groups. And there's nothing wrong with that. It might be a real bitch when it happens.
Yeah.
To not be able to be part of a group that you wish to be part of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't make people like your company.
No.
You can't make people be accepting just like that.
Sometimes a square doesn't fit into a triangle hole, no matter how hard you pound it with a hammer.
Exactly. The only thing you'll end up doing is ruining the triangle.
Ruining the triangle and the square in the end.
Yeah.
Gonna ruin everything.
Yeah. So, especially when it comes to this with the tabletop role-playing gaming, what Pathfinder did.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before, but just to recap, they went in and set up more or less rules of conduct for role-playing games.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't play, for example, a racist character because someone might take offense.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think that they need to lay off the pipe. They need to take a step back and face reality that separate groups will play their games different ways. And you cannot dictate the way a game should be played.
Well, that's what they think. It's basically this collective mindset that they think that role players are this group and it contains these people. And that they don't have the mental capacity to think individually.
No, that is actually true. They can't see individualism. And also, it seems at least that they don't understand the differences between fantasy and reality.
Yeah.
Because, for example, we have the whole extra credit thing.
Yeah.
With that if you end up playing a Nazi in a game, then you are a Nazi.
Yeah. Because you're normalizing that behavior.
And this is the same thing. That if you play a character that might be a racist, let's say that you play a dwarf that hates elves.
Damn you.
Yeah. Or you play an elf that hates dwarves. You play a human that hates orcs.
Yeah.
Or you play a halfling that hates everyone else.
You play a halfling that hates black people. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
To these people, this equates that you as a player have these beliefs.
Yeah. Because why else would you play it?
Exactly. To them, you playing a character with these issues.
Yeah. Tropes
or standards.
Yeah.
Equates to you, a real person, having these ideas either out in the open or subconsciously.
Yeah.
Aristotle said that the what's the quote?
Aristotle was a bugger with a bottle.
I like Aristotle.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. Good guy, Aristotle.
Manuel Camp was a big peasant who's very rarely stable. I dig was a boozy beggar who'd think you under the table.
Aristotle said that it's the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that is part of why I like role-playing games.
Yeah.
That makes it enables me to have a character, a person, a mind.
Yeah.
With certain ideas that I might not share myself, but I might want to explore.
Yeah, I agree.
Just to have a better insight or see what it would be like to, let's say, I want to play a character that is a homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
Now, I do not really condone such actions. I am not a homicidal maniac.
I'm not a violent man.
Exactly. But in the line of thinking and reasoning that these people have, that would make me a homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
Because I play that sort of character.
Yeah, of course, because if you think that thought, then it will come to pass. You think, therefore you am. In this case, I know.
Are.
Therefore you are, yeah. In this case, so by association of thought, you are the thing you entertain with your mind, according to these people.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, it just goes to say that these are not educated minds.
No, exactly. Far from. These are minds high on their own ideological fumes.
Parts.
Yeah. And they're high on social justice.
Yeah, that's why I left uni.
Yeah.
That is why I left university. Because I couldn't stand these people. And I made it clear I did not share their beliefs, so guess who was the piranha?
Oopsie!
Yep. Oh, I remember the time where I said that. I think I'm an anti-feminist. Ooh, the looks I got. Holy crap.
Can hear the rumblings.
Yeah. Because that was like to swear in church.
You could hear the record scratch.
Yeah, exactly. It was interesting. Because, I mean, these people equate being anti-feminist to being...
Satan.
Yeah, to be against women's rights and equality and everything like that. And I'm saying that no, I believe in the principles of egalitarianism.
Mm.
I'm an egalitarian person.
Mm.
However, I do not believe in the modern kind of feminism that proclaims that women have always been oppressed and that men should submit to women and hold them high, like
Gods.
Yeah, more or less.
Like Allah.
Haram!
Submit yourself.
Yeah, submit yourself to the power of feminism.
Yeah.
I guess we went there.
Oh shit. We went to the piano,
Yeah.
stepped around a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice blue cupboard.
Yeah. It would be a shame if someone were to shit
It
it.
would be a shame to go all San Francisco on that.
Skitit i det blå klaveret. Trampat i skiten i det blå klaveret.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if you had been Swedish, this would be funny.
Yes. This will be your homework for tonight.
Okay, so let's actually explain this idiom, maybe?
No, it's our homework. Okay, fine. Well,
Yep.
yes.
There will be a hearing on the next episode.
There will be a quiz.
No, there is
test.
this expression in Swedish, skita i det blå skåpet, to take a dump in the blue cupboard.
Yeah.
And it more or less means that now you've gone and done it.
Now you fucked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
then you have
there's also the expression
trampa i klaveret.
Exactly, which is
step in the piano.
Yeah.
In word-to-word translation, which basically is
when you said something really stupid.
Well, basically that you said something stupid, but rather to just stop right there, you just keep on stepping in that.
It doesn't really have to be that you said something stupid, but you could have said something controversial or said something you're not supposed to say.
But the main principle is you keep on doing it.
Yeah.
And some people just sitting there, oh my god, he just steps into that grand piano.
Oh, fuck, no.
Han bara trampar i klaveret.
Oh. So it's just to say something you're not really meant to say. That is the gist. That's the morality of the saying.
Yeah, basically. But the difference is, in the blue cupboard, you just, oh shit, you went and did it.
Yeah.
And with the piano, oh god, he keeps on doing it.
Well, actually, with the cupboard, it's not only about saying stuff, it's also about action. It's like... Yeah.
Well, let's just say it is
you're gonna mow the lawn, but instead of doing it with a lawnmower, you just like take gas, pour it on the lawn, and put fire to it.
Yeah.
It's like when you say or do something stupid or really what's the word?
Moronic.
Stupid, moronic. Not in conventional way, and it goes south. An action that leads to disaster, more or less. That is actually the gist of it.
Yeah.
Skitet i det blå skåpet.
Yeah.
Now remember that.
Remember that, kids. So kids, when I said trampa i skiten
I det blå klaveret.
I det blå klaveret.
That means you're really fucked up.
Yeah. You really, really, really fucked up and you keep doing it again.
You know, like our podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we do here. Skiter i det blå skåpet.
Trampar i klaveret.
Yeah. So now you know that.
Yeah. Maybe someday we will make an entire episode just speaking Swedish. It will be hell for the English.
Yeah,
English-speaking
it
viewers.
will. Actually, we should have small segments where we just do that.
Yeah.
Yes, because we can. But would that be exclusionary? Or would it be celebrated? Because technically it would mean that we're a minority.
Yeah, we take pride in our culture. Oh shit!
Oh shit! No!
Abort!
No.
Abort! Abort! Yeah.
It all started with a joke.
Starts with a joke, man. Then you got over to heavier stuff.
It starts out with a little joke, joke about your girlfriend. Then get into the heavier stuff. Start about talking about racism, and before you know it, you're sitting there with a leather jacket, hailing,
just wishing for genocide.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Now that is something we should record.
Oh, we have a skit in the making.
Yep. Social information about every drug that is humor.
Oh, speaking of...
the gateway drug that is humor.
Actually, not really the same thing here, but there was a comedy group called Varan TV.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In the 90s. Really awesome thing. And they actually had a public service announcement video sort of thing.
Mm.
Do not play and drink by the Leksäkerhetsverket. Like the office of play safety.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's an equivalent in English-speaking countries, but we have a game called Dunkgömme, which is sort of a combination of go hide and seek and tag. So, and it's like you have one person that counts. Everyone goes to hide.
Yep.
But there's a specific place that if one of the people hiding gets there and say dunk or whatever phrase it is, depending on where you are, that person is safe. So the objective of the game is to, for the one who counts, to find everyone and be the first to get back to this certain spot and say, dunk, you're out.
Yeah.
So...
tag them before they can save themselves.
Exactly.
So it's like you said, go hide and seek, but it has the thrill of
tag.
Yes. You gotta run, but quietly.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite fun, actually.
It's really fun. And here's a twist. The last person on the field can make a dunk to save everyone.
Yeah.
That's a real fun thing.
That is fun.
But in this public service announcement that this comedy group did, they involved alcohol. And it's the whole thing of it all was like one of these traffic commercial, not commercial, but public service announcement. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
So you have this one guy. He takes a beer and he drinks it, and then he just goes running because he's going to make a dunk. And the guy that is supposed to tag them, he turns around and is like, no, when you have the crash scene. Don't drink and tag. It kills or whatever. It's awesome.
Oh, fantastic.
This is from the time when there actually was real humor in Sweden.
Yeah.
Good times, good times.
Those good old days.
Yeah. It's the same people that made a skit about Arbetsförmedlingen. The
unemployment office.
Yeah, the unemployment office, Arbetsförmedling, is called here.
Yep.
And they made this thing that if you were a young person, just got out of school or something, and you thought, no, fuck this, you could actually go to the unemployment center, grab a what's it called, pamphlet?
Yep.
No, blanket.
Yeah.
You could grab a paper and sign yourself to quarantine.
Oh dear.
Either for 3, 6, or 12 months. So just go to your unemployment office, grab the paper named "To hell with it." Åt helvete med hela skiten. And you have this happy music and everything. It's awesome. Nu kan du sätta dig själv i karantän. Du kan välja mellan 3, 6 och 12 månader. I need to find these clips and show you guys.
Why doesn't it have these pamphlets on?
Yeah, you should have these papers now.
Why can't they help me get into quarantine on the unemployment office?
I don't think you want to be in quarantine. It looked kind of dreadful.
But at least they wouldn't be breathing me in the neck like they do now.
Yeah. Also, there was another public service announcement that if you have anger issues, now there will be a fine for a lot of different stuff, including masturbation. So.
Oh no.
And the best part is that the video for this public service announcement is a guy, he's making a sandwich and he drops the butter knife and he just goes mad and you see his head going all red because he's so goddamn mad. And remember that now there's a fine for these different things and it's 3 things and one of them is masturbation. So it's like, oh damn. I mean, this was good satire.
Yeah.
This was real satire. Not the kind of weird thing that... there was this really weird sort of meme going around with pantsless Spider-Man. Oh, I'm living in a liberal society. I don't need to wear pants. And someone says, oh, I don't need medical help or whatever it is. It's like, the left can't meme.
No, they really can't.
It's like it totally missed the point. There was no spin to it.
There's no punchline, really.
No punchline at all. It was like just like stupid.
Yeah,
it's misrepresenting ideas without any real punchline.
Yeah,
there was no hidden truth in it. It's like
it's not a joke. It's a bad imitation.
Yeah,
and that I find that really interesting. That our state TV.
Yeah.
Or public service channels here.
Sveriges Television.
Well, regime TV.
Yeah, regime TV.
They make satire.
In big fucking quotation marks.
Yeah, but think about that one. Regime TV makes satire.
Yeah.
What is satire? Satire is a mockery of the government, the ruling, and...
something usually those in power.
Exactly. So those in power are making mockery of those in power. So it's not really a mockery of those in power.
No. Boggles the mind.
Yeah, I got cancer just thinking about this one. Cancer.
Yeah. Also, don't shoot a gun next to a baby's head because it'll give him cancer.
Yeah. Courtesy of Joe with Matt.
Yeah. Speaking of, I was supposed to talk about something. I don't remember what it was.
Gone.
Yeah, it's gone, and now he's gonna make lewd art of us.
There is no stopping this madman.
No! Mad lad!
Mad lad. Absolute mad lad.
Good grief.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
Actually, it was something about protective hunting. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It was actually a word. Protective hunting in Swedish. Skyddsjakt.
Oh, yeah.
Now you know.
And now you know.
Remember, there will be a quiz for the next episode.
There will be a pop quiz in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say? Have we beaten this horse to death?
I think there's still some life in it, but let's give it a chance to recover so we can beat it even harder.
Yeah.
Beat it. Beat it. Whip it good. Whip that monkey.
Spank that monkey.
Spank the monkey. Yeah. So,
thoughts. You guys. Yes, you.
Thought.
You listen.
Thought.
You thought. You. Yes, you.
What are your thoughts about this thought? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Give us your response. Do you think we're wrong? Do you think we're right?
Have you been following what we've been talking about?
Or have you just gone all over the fucking place as per usual?
Yeah.
I think we have.
So try to pick out what you got out of this one. And
did you find any good morals in this?
Exactly.
That's what we were supposed to talk about, right?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh, well. We got something, at least.
Yeah.
Actually, the moral is don't be a dick. It's that simple.
Well,
Or cunt, whatever you prefer. But remember, there are only two genders.
don't be your preferred genital. And yes,
I think we can say don't be an ass because everyone has an ass.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, but basically, don't be a dick, don't be a cunt, don't be an ass, and don't be a boob.
What about boobs?
I think you can say that. I think that's more of a British expression.
Don't be a boob.
You boob. Maybe it's just old American also. But
I have no idea.
yeah, you can search that.
Yeah.
Basically. Oh, you boob.
You goddamn boob.
You silly boob.
Or your bundle of sticks. Because you know you can't say the other word. Faggot.
Faggy.
That's also why it's so much fun with British people going out for a fag.
Yeah. I'm gonna smoke a fag. You what?
Oh, really?
Oh, where are we going? Oh. Oh no.
Släck den svart på till.
Now we're getting into real
No, okay, we better
Swedish
stop now.
obscura.
Yeah. So, as per usual, thank you for listening. Hope you had a good time and enjoying our insane ramblings.
Yep.
And you can always get in touch with us on Twitter.
Yep.
The handle is @DRH Podcast.
Yep.
You can send us an email. It's dead.red.herring@gmail.com.
Yep.
You can always stop by Twitch and see us a live stream.
Yep.
And we have a lot of shenanigans going on YouTube as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, just go to your preferred platform, search Dead Red Herring, and you hopefully should find us.
You will find us.
You will find us, or we will find you.
Whether you like it or not.
Exactly. Twirl mustache. Exactly. And with that, I think we should say tack och hej.
Leverpastej.
Yeah, fuck that. Bye now.
Bye.
Why do you turn your head and cough when they're front of your balls?